So what can we write down? 2 is the common. So what are you left with? 2a plus 3b. Now, where do you think that factorization is important? Factorization is important when you will be doing middle term breaking. Factorization is important when you will be solving the equations as well. Okay? So at both points, you need to understand that taking out factors is important for solving the equations as well. Okay? Now 3p minus 3q. So what common do we see? 3. So what are we left with? P minus q. 8m plus 12n plus 16r. We see 4 as common. So 4. The leftover is 2m plus 3n plus 4r. So these were the 6 part of question number 3. Right? So taking out factor means obviously to make sure that how many values do we have, and obviously we need to take the common from the factors. So we have question number 4 as well. Question number 4. And in this question, it says factorize each of the following expression. Solve all the 6 parts first. And then obviously we can solve them together. Okay. Let's solve these following questions. Now, since we already know that we have 4x square minus 6xy, right? So since factorize has been told by the question or the examiner, so what is the value? Let's take 2x as common. So that means what you'll be left with is 2x minus 3y. Taking common, right? Remember table बहुत important होते हैं इसमें. Table अगर आपने tables नहीं याद तो you won't be able to do it. अब जैसे algebraic question आ गया ABC, ABD, FAB. So can we take AB as common? So what are we left with? C plus D plus F. फिर हमारे पास आ गया 3m square plus 9m. So we can see 3m is common. So m plus 3 will be written down, right? So what we have common here? We can see that A and B is here, A and C is here. So obviously we can see A as common in 2 numbers. And here we can also find A as common here. So if we just take down A as common, so what are we left with? 3B plus 4C minus 5D. 8PQ plus 6PR minus 4PS. तो इसमें कॉमन क्या हो गया जी? 4. The common between these are 4, and I can also find P. बल्कि let's say 4 is not the common because we have 6 here. So 2 will be common. 2P. So what do we have? 4Q plus 3R minus 2S, because obviously 2 is the common. A square minus AB. So we see A is the common here. So this should be A minus what? B. So in this way, question number 4 has been completed. Let's just work down with question number 5. So here are the question in front of you. I want you to attempt question number 5, part A, B, C, D, E, and F first. Let's just complete question number 5. So this is 3PQR minus 9PQS. So let's take 3P as common and Q will be common as well. Right? Why? Because 3PQ can be seen in both. So your R is the leftover variable minus 9 divided by 3 is 3. And we are left with what? S. 5m square minus 10mn. So 5m becomes a common. Remaining variable is m minus 2n. 10 divided by 5 is what? 2. Part C, 8x square minus 4xy square. Now you need to understand this. You need to understand that you have 4 here and 8. So obviously you can take 4 as common. from x square and x. Now you need to understand that when the variable is there, you will always take the minimum power of from both. That means your x will be common. What will be common? X. And obviously you can't take y as common here. You can't take y. So what you will be left with? You'll be left with what? 4x square. And you see that 4x is common. So you're left with x, right? Minus my 2x. You're left with what? 2x. And then here, what do we see is obviously x is taken as common and 4 is taken as common. So you are left with what? Y square. ठीक है जी, समझ आ गया? क्योंकि कॉमन लेना है ना, तो 8 डिवाइड बाय 4 2 आ गया. सो x स्क्वायर में से x बाहर आ गया. सो रिमेनिंग इज x. अच्छा यहाँ देखें, 2a square b square minus 3b square c square. Your b square is common here in both ways. So b square is common. 2a square minus 3c square will be the values left inside. 12p minus 36. So maximum common here is 12 max. Powers may, what we need to understand is, for suppose in part D, you already know that b square is there, right? And b square is also here. So obviously you're going to take the entire b square as common, right? In part E, what are we left with? P minus 3. 12 3 is 36. 42x minus 54. The common number between them can be 6. So what are we left with? 7x minus what? 9. 7x minus 9. With this, attempt question number 6. A, B, C, D, E, F, E, and F. So question number 6, let's take it as what? Common from 18 plus 12y is what? 6, right? So you are left with 3 plus what? 2y. 14a minus 21b. 7 will be common. 2a minus 3b. 11x plus 11xy. If you see that the common number and the variable is 11x. So if the entire number is taken as common, so what we'll have is 1. Right? If the entire number is taken as common, so we'll have what? 1 plus y. Because 11x is taken as common. 4x minus 16t plus 20r. Common? 4. So you're left with what? S minus what? 4t plus what? 5r. Part E, you see 5pq, you see 10qr, 15qs. So 5q is common. You're left with p minus 2r plus 3s. And 4xy plus 8y square. What do you see common? 4y. You're left with x plus 2y. You're left with what? X plus 2y. So in similar way, you see that question number 7 is there. Attempt question number 7, part A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, so your pace should have increased by now. So let's just quickly do this. M square plus M, and the common number that you can see is M. So you're left with what? M plus N, right? So you have 3p square minus 6pq. 3p is common. What you're left with? P minus 2q. pqr plus qrs. So can we just see that qr is common? So what we'll be left with is p plus s. AB plus A square, B plus AB square. So the common value that I can see is A and B, right? So if we just take out the common number from N, now this is very important because most of the students find this wrong. If this entire AB is taken into common, right? So what we'll be left with is 1. For this part, you'll be writing down what? 1. And the next thing will be 1 plus A square. A is taken into common, so you're left with A. the entire B is taken as common. Whereas from A, the entire A is taken as common, and from B square, you'll be writing down what? B only. 3p cube minus 4p to the power 4. So if we just see that p cube is the common between this. So the answer would be 3p minus 3 minus what? This would be 3 minus 4p, because you need to understand that in this situation, what we have is that this p is written down what? 3 times. And this p is written down what? 4 times. So if 3 p's are taken into common state, so what are we left with is only 1. So that is the reason p cube is taken as common, and the leftover value is what? 3 minus 4p. In this, we can find that b square c is common. B square c is the common. What are we left with? 7b plus c. 7b plus c will be taken into consideration for part F. This is question number 8. Kindly attempt question number 8. Let's just complete question number 8. If you just see that m cube minus m square n plus mn square is there, right? So can we just see that m is the lowest, because m square and m cube cannot be taken as common, only m can be taken as common. So what are we left with? M square minus m square, m is out, so mn plus in complete m is out, you're left with what? N square. 4r cube minus 6r square plus 8r square s. So what will be the value if you just see that 2 is common, number 1, and from r square is common, because r square is the lowest power. We take always the lowest power from the variable. So what are we left with? 2r minus 3 plus 4s, because r square is already as common. If we see that 28 is the number highest in the table, so 28, x and y can both be obviously common as well. So what are we left with? 2x at the first place, and here we 28x is common. So what we can do is we can only write down y, because y square, y is only taken out. So 2x minus y will be written down inside the bracket. Part B, if you see the numbers, the table surrounding the numbers is 18. 18 twos is 36 and 18 fours is 72. So 18 will be common, right? And there will be variables as well. So we write down 18, and the minimum variable of m square and m is m. N square minimum variable is n. So what are we left with is 4 m, because n will be complete out. This will be 2 n, because m is complete out, and here 18 is complete out, so you are left with what? M and n. So 18 mn is the common, whereas 4n plus 2n minus mn will be the brackets inside. Okay, so this is the substitution. Question number 9. Kindly attend this. This will be the last question for the day. And then obviously we'll be continuing our next class on the substitutions. So the factorization stands till here, but this factorization will be used. The entire questions or entire way of doing factorization will be used in the following topic. Then when we'll be doing middle term breaking. So just attempt question number 9 quickly, where you see that x is 2, y is minus 1, and z is minus 3. Let's just attempt question number 9, part A. If we see that x is 2, y is minus 1, and z is minus 3. So we substitute the values. X is 2, then 2 again, y is -1. If you see, I'm writing the negative sign in the bracket. 3 minus 3 plus -1 and z is -3, right? Because what we have is 2x, xy, and y is -1, 3z, z is -3. So 4 minus 2 minus 9 and plus 3. So we can even do horizontal 4 minus 2 minus 9 plus 3, or we can directly solve 4 with 3 first. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and minus 2 minus 9, minus 2 minus 9. Remember, minus minus is plus. So this would be 11, but sign of the greater number. Only the signs in multiplication will be changed. For suppose -1 and -3, if multiplied, this will be +3. If when you have brackets, that means you are multiplying. -1, -3, this will be what? +3. So what do we have here is that 4 minus 2 minus 9 and plus 3. So we have is -11 plus 7. So the end answer is -11 plus 7. Minus plus is minus. 11 minus 7 is 4. But sign of the greater number, that will be what? -4. In part B, we write down 2 cube plus 2 square -1 -3 -1 -1 and -3. These will be the values written down. So this will be 8. 2 square is 4, but -1. So 4 -1 will be -4. This should be +3. And this should be -3. Because if you just see negative, negative is positive. But negative, positive will be what? Negative again. So this thing will be cancelled out. +3, -3 is cancelled. So 8 minus 4 is what? 4 will be your answer in part B. Part C, 3 multiplied by 2 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2 minus 1 plus 2 minus 3. These will be the value. 3 2 is 6, minus 3 minus 2 minus 6. 6 and -6 is cancelled. Minus minus plus, but sign will be negative. So -5 will be the answer for part C. 4 multiplied by 2 plus 2 multiplied by -1 plus 4 minus 1, right? And plus -1, and this will be -3. So this is 8 minus 2 minus 4, and this will be +3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 minus 6. So the answer should be what? 5. 11 minus 6 is 5. So this is it for today. Question number 9. We did substitution. We'll be following on with more substitution questions, right? Question number 8 was factors. 7 was factors. 6 was factors as well. 5 was factors. 3 was factor. 2 was factors. So obviously we are making sure that we learn through the basic stuff of algebra, because this will be very important when we will be doing the advanced topic of algebra.